Hello, hello! Welcome back to VBS Event Summaries. I know there's been a lot of mixed events recently, but this should be the last one for a bit. Time to Hang Out is a Kohane mixed focus featuring characters from VBS and Warmer Jump. It ran on the JP server from November 20th through the 28th, 2021. Listen, I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. I think this event is going to be boring. I'm not excited to cover it, but I will do my best to make this a quick and painless process. While looking through the wiki page for this event, I have a feeling we will be Yuri maxing, but that won't come without a cost. Expect some roundabout storytelling, lots of freaking out over small things, and plenty of fangirling from all sides. Well, maybe not Haruka. Alright, let's get the show on the road. Not even 2 minutes into this event and the closet is already made of glass. So at this point, the fan festival has happened, which I think is the big first anniversary mixed event with every character. All that means for our purposes is that Minori is now acquainted with An, and she knows that An and Haruka are childhood friends. Since Minori is Haruka's biggest fan, she wants to know more about Haruka's childhood. I'm sure there's other reasons for that too. But anyway, Minori mentions missing her chance to ask An about Haruka, and Kohane offers to set up a time to get together and talk. A time to hang out. Okay, great, starting off strong. The point of the event is revealed within the first 3 minutes. Warmer Jump plus their Vocaloids talk about the little proposed get-together, and they all fuss about Haruka taking breaks and setting time aside for leisure. Oh, and they spell out the plan: shopping, lunch, and a trip to Phoenix Wonderland to see one of their coveted night shows. Apparently, they've been gaining a lot of popularity online recently. An agrees to the plan in a short little post-practice cutaway, and boom! It's time for the group trip around Shibuya. I'm sure you know how these meeting up scenes tend to go in these mixed events. Imagine that, but with the queer baiting dialed up to the max. I'm not even sure if it's baiting at this point. The power of Yuri is just too strong. And don't even get me started on the shopping scenes that follow. It's just Yuri, Yuri, Yuri. The 4 girls go to a shop that matches Haruka, Minori, and Kohane's styles, but they feel bad about An being left out, so they ask her to take them to a store that's more street style. Everyone's trying on clothes and fangirling and being Yuri-ful. What else do I need to say? Oh, Kohane feels jealous, I think? The Vivids and their hazy feelings in their chests, I swear. Hopefully it won't take 2 more events for her to figure it out like it did for An. It's time for lunch now, and the girls get into the whole reason for planning this hangout: embarrassing childhood stories. Minori asks for the story of how An and Haruka met, which starts in elementary school. Apparently, the 2 girls were more like rivals for a good chunk of their grade school years, and of course, the competition started through music class. Eventually, though, this competition of theirs extended into every part of their lives. They were super dedicated too, even competing over silly things. This is the extent of the stories they share, though, as An gets a call from her dad and Haruka has to use the bathroom. With An and Haruka having stepped away, Minori and Kohane express how jealous they are to each other. Good, good. I was right that this hazy feeling was just jealousy. They need to stop this guessing game, I swear. Anyway, both girls feel as though An and Haruka look way better as a duo than either of them, so they resolve to work harder to achieve that bond for themselves. For now, it's time for the girls to head off to Phoenix Wonderland. Oh, I feel like I should have mentioned this before, but Kohane is a huge fan of PXL and knows practically everything about it. I'm sure it'll come up once or twice, so I felt like I should mention it. I'm also not going to go into detail on the trip around the theme park. It's all regular theme park stuff. Churros, Ferris wheels, Minori forcing herself to go on a roller coaster to impress Haruka, and the result being less than ideal. You know. After the whole roller coaster thing, Minori runs into Airi and Shizuku. Since they all talked about the PXL night show in the stage Sekai, the other 2 members of Warmer Jump, plus their Vocaloids, wanted to see the night show for themselves too. Minori does vent a little bit to Airi and Shizuku, but it's just her voicing her insecurities and the other 2 comforting her. Communication is key, friends! We all remember how well that went for An in the last event, right? After a brief meeting with the others, the original 4 girls decide to go wait by the main fountain for the night show to start. There's a cute little extra story about An and Haruka competing to find the hidden fennies, and since Minori wants to see the aforementioned penguins, they go find An's favorite, one beneath a big clock. Unfortunately, it's not there anymore. Actually, just kidding, they went to the wrong clock. They all gush about nostalgia and such, but it's time to hurry back for the coveted PXL night show. No time to waste, friends. Penguins can wait. All's well that ends well here in Phoenix Wonderland. The night show is spectacular and everyone is amazed. There's even a special Fenny projection that Haruka fawns over. Have I mentioned that Haruka really likes penguins? Kohane looks on with conflicted feelings, still not quite over her jealousy, but happy so long as An is happy. They all promise to do this again sometime, and maybe see the night show from the Ferris wheel someday, and part ways for the night. Before we get into our An Hane ending scene, we do get to see Minori confessing everything to Haruka as they walk home. Communication! Everyone say good job Minori Hanasato, and good job Haruka too, for noticing what was wrong and getting Minori to say what was on her mind. Knock knock, it's Yuri time! Who's ready for more An Hane? Okay, I know you're excited. Let me tell you what happened. So, of course, An noticed that Kohane was feeling a little icky during their hangout today. Kohane isn't able to outright say what she's feeling, but An just chooses to comfort her and reassure her that the reason An had so much fun today was because of Kohane. Then, she asks to go on the Ferris wheel one last time for the night, just the two of them. Kohane blushes profusely and they start walking over, only for An to notice something different about the main fountain. The geysers are in a different position, and because of this, they reveal a small, hidden Fenny at the top. Kohane comments that she's never seen this one before, not even online. An decides to call it their own personal hidden Fenny at their own special spot. So long as Kohane is able to see that beautiful smile, so long as she's able to stay by An's side, everything is going to turn out just fine. Just in case you aren't convinced of the glass walls of this closet, An even calls their trip a date in the live show. I cannot believe how obvious they are, goodness gracious. I hope you all enjoyed your Yuri for the day, and I hope that it wasn't too boring. I did speed through a lot of filler content. Also, I felt like this event wasn't really about Kohane, despite it being her focus. They even performed Forward as the live show song. I suppose Kohane doesn't have a 3DMV song yet, but they could have done a cover like they do for the Akitoya events. Whatever. What's done is done, and this event is all finished now, so I won't drag it out any longer than I have to. Next up on the list is Same Dreams, Same Colors, bringing us back to Toya. I'll see you then.